This 1 Degree Outside video is brought to you by Fluid Form Bio, developing innovative 3D printing living pancreatic tissue to help combat type 1 diabetes. For the first time, you can join this visionary mission. Visit fluidformbio.com or their page on Start Engine to learn more about this exciting work. Good morning, early Wednesday morning, our 24-hour forecast, 1 degree outside today, and Noyes' notes, the rundown of what's coming up over the next few days. Look, bottom line, summer weather's coming in, but the smoke is with us here this morning. Got to cover the smoke in just a moment. The first heat of the season is always draining, no question about it, so just keep in mind you want to stay hydrated and be careful not to overexert. The body's not really used to this just yet. Pine pollen continues to rise, that yellow dust that's all over the place. That'll keep going up until we get rain, which comes in the form of thunderstorms by later on in the weekend. It's strong thunder that comes later in the week. Thursday for some, Friday for more of us. And then by the time we get to Saturday, some leftover showers, downpours, thunderstorms as well. Surface smoke, you can see where it is here as we get out through the course of the next few hours. The gray is where there's a light but present surface smoke that you can see hanging in the sky. The yellows are where you've got a moderate smoke that's filled in, and that's for a lot of central and northern New England, particularly in the mountains. And look at that. The mountains of Maine at 2:30 this afternoon have a real kind of moderate smoke that you'll smell in the air. Many of us, you will be able to smell to some extent the smoke that's in the air. Notice as the southerly wind starts to take hold, it does sweep out some of that smoke from southern New England, at least at the surface level. The farther north you go, the longer it hangs on. This is at 11 o'clock tonight, and by the time we get to the overnight tonight, you're still holding at least some amount of light surface smoke in northern and western Massachusetts, points northward, and that'll be the case all the way into tomorrow. Look at this, midday tomorrow. There's still surface smoke hanging around. Then if you look at high in the sky, that's actually going to be moderate to dense smoke. So not only do you have a colorful sunrise and colorful sunset for today, but the other part of that is you're going to have that kind of gray or milky haze that'll be around the sky for just about all of New England. Notice it does thin out a little bit for us, but it's still going to be on the order of light to moderate by the time we get to the midday Thursday. So that smoke's with us for a little bit. Just keep in mind you may want to curtail your activity outside, particularly if you're somebody who's got sensitive kind of respiratory issues, things of that nature. It may be a little bit more difficult to breathe with decreased air quality as a result. All right, meanwhile, at the bus stop for the kids, they can do the short sleeves right out of the gate. It's a short sleeves and shorts day. Look how it feels later on. This is midsummer heat that comes in. The kids want water bottles. Everybody wants water bottles because otherwise you start to get the dehydration headaches, things like that going on. How hot's it get? About 85 to 90 degrees across a lot of southern New England. Notice with the southerly wind developing, that does mean when you get our south-southwest wind, when we get onto the Cape, when you get near the south coast, the wind comes in off the ocean. It keeps you a little bit cooler. We may get a sea breeze, and that's why I see Ipswich at 83 versus Haverhill at 89. The farther north you go, it doesn't make much difference. We're hot all the way to the Canadian border. As a matter of fact, this goes through St. Johnsbury at 89, St. Albans at 88, Pittsburgh, New Hampshire, 84 degrees, Rangeley coming to 82, and even the Crown of Maine way into the 80s today here. This is summer heat for everybody. The humidity's on the rise. It's not terrible humidity today, but again, we've got enough to deal with anyway with the smoke, the pollen, the heat all put together. And then overnight tonight, yeah, it cools off enough that the house can cool off if you open up the windows. But again, just think about all the stuff that's going to be kind of floating around in the air. If you want to stay on top of the forecast here, get the hourly forecast, a 14-day, grab the app. It's as simple as that, totally free. Noyes' 1 degree outside weather on the App Store and Google Play. Coming up in Insights, we'll be taking a closer look at the thunderstorm threat for later on this week when we think severe thunderstorms will be most likely and where. There may be a little bit of flash flooding with that as well. Again, you'll see that at our homepage, 1degreeoutside.com, and atop the home screen of our app.